When it comes to GCCs, there are so many opinions and some strong ones. But when we sit down for Xfino's GC Talent podcast and we have opinions, we ask ourselves, can we back it with data? And recently in one of the discussions, it came about that Hyderabad was getting more leaders to be migrated from Bangalore. And last 12 months data, we saw about 1,200 leaders who had moved from Bengaluru to Hyderabad who had about 20 years experience. So we asked ourselves, is Bengaluru at a frictional point where more leaders are moving out? And that led to the study that we released recently, which was about the GCC leadership quotient of Bengaluru. So we started with how many such leaders exist in Bangalore. So we mapped out about 95 titles, VPs, CXOs, heads, site heads, directors. And when we tabulated them, we realized there are about 15,000 such leaders in Bengaluru. So that was one great data point. And we asked, how does that stand out compared to other cities? So then we had to map out the 6 big cities for GCCs, comparing Bengaluru with NCR, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Pune and Chennai. So if Bengaluru had 15,000 such leaders, NCR had about 10,000, 9,700 actually, Hyderabad 5,000, Mumbai 12,600, Pune 11,400 and Chennai about 6,000. And what was important to realize is that what is the percentage of growth? Is this talent pool growing? Definitely Bangalore is growing at 8%. Similar growth we can see elsewhere, but the base is high and it is growing is a very healthy sign for Bangalore. So that's one discovery from this report that we found. And many a times when Greenfield GCCs come to Bengaluru, they also ask us, we want to hire more women leaders. Do we have enough? Amongst these 6 cities, Bangalore has the best proportion of women leaders. 24% women leaders in Bengaluru, and every other city that we mapped out, the highest was 22. So just 2%, but still Bengaluru is the highest in terms of number of women leaders. And the leadership ratio is an important element. That is, for every 50 professionals in Bengaluru, there is a leader. Of course, leaders of 3 kinds. There are strategic leaders who are possibly has more experience, 20, 25 years, emerging leaders who are 5 to 10 years kind of a range. So in all these elements, we saw Bengaluru really up there in terms of growth and in terms of density of leaders. What about movement? Because we started with our leaders moving out of Bengaluru. What we saw over the last 12 months is 560 such leaders moved from other cities to Bengaluru. So from other companies, in fact. So they are from 480 of them came from other Indian cities and 80 from overseas locations. So in a way, net more people came into Bengaluru. But if you compare that to number of people moving out, 390 leaders moved out. So in a way, if you look at leadership from a talent positivity point of view, still more leaders came to Bengaluru than Bengaluru losing out. So from a GCC point of view, this is a very healthy sign. Not only are we getting greenfield GCCs, we are also getting more leaders to moving in than whom we are losing out. So when you look at which are the sectors which are possibly having the highest number of leaders, no guesses that required there. All of us know BFSI has the largest number of talent pool in GCCs and leaders also. So 80% of the leaders in the GCC space are from BFSI, followed by consulting companies, then by manufacturing. So that's another highlight that we were able to observe. And in terms of churn, different segments have different kind of a churn. The higher you go, the churn is less. So the data is also comprised of which are the emerging companies, which are the companies which has these leaders, which are the companies which are getting popular. That means they're adding more leaders. So some nice logos there if you're interested in. And some more details like that. I don't want to give out all the details today here, but the idea was to highlight what this report got out. And I know this is the world of so many such reports floating around, but this is a very unique report in terms of the talent density related to leaders. If you're interested, please type in the comment. It will be available for you to download. Thank you once again for tuning into Xfino's GCC Talent Podcast. Till we see you again. Bye-bye.